So the year is 2025, and I haven't had a job since March of 2022. Yeah, I know. Let me tell you about it. Back in 2022, I was working inside sales at a lumber company, 7 to 5, stuck at a desk, juggling calls, scheduling deliveries, writing quotes, and then getting chewed out over the phone for those deliveries being late. Yeah, I know, fun times. So at home, I had an amazing wife. I had 2 kids, and I had a third one on the way later on in life. I'll tell you where that comes in, okay? Now, Teresa, my better half, worked in hospitals doing CT scans and whatnot. So this is about like mid to late 2021, November, December. She hits me with a wild idea. She says, I want to travel for work, and I want to take all of y'all with me. Meaning me, 2 kids at the time, and then 2 dogs. And then I'll be for real, man, I was shook, because that meant quitting my job, and who would take care of the kids, right? That would mean that I'm gonna be a stay-at-home dad, which is not exactly a title that I was comfortable with, because it's so taboo. But after some convincing, I saw this as more of like an opportunity, because that would mean that I get to spend some time with my kids, and I could also work on my phone repair business. Because at the time, while working at the lumber yard, I also had my side hustle. I was a mobile phone repair technician. I would go on site to the customer and just repair their phone right then and there. And I was planning to use that as an escape for the rat race, because I didn't plan to work at the lumber yard for the rest of my life. This was probably the very best opportunity for me to do that, and it would definitely be a change in lifestyle. So I said, fuck it. I quit my job, and then we hit the road to her first assignment, which was Richardson, Texas. We lived in a tiny apartment hotel. The change in scenery was great. There's a lot of things to do in Richardson, Texas. There's a lot of food, a lot of activities, a lot of parks, something that we can thrive in. Our little family loves nature. It was great, but plans change fast. One thing you gotta learn is that life doesn't give a shit about how well you plan stuff out, because we found out that baby number 3 was on the way. So traveling was kind of short-lived for a while. So we paused traveling and we headed back home. So while that happened, I also went all in on my business. I was working hard to make that happen, but you know, it wasn't easy, but we kept pushing. Fast forward to about 15 months later, we felt like we were ready once again, but this time we wanted to go big. We didn't just want to go to like a 4 or 5 hour ride to the nearest city in Texas. Nah, we wanted to travel like out of state. We had a couple of states in mind. We wanted to go to like Pennsylvania maybe. We wanted to go to, I believe, Rhode Island as well. Definitely we wanted to go to Vermont. Now that would have been great, because they got all the good foliage over there. Enter Minnesota, the state of 10,000 lakes. It's got hillside towns, gorgeous landscapes, beautiful foliage. You experience all 4 seasons up here, not like in Texas where it's hot as shit most year round, then you get like 2-3 cold days, maybe a surprise winter storm. None of that. Here you experience all 4 seasons, and to me that was grand, because we've never experienced that. The people here are also pretty nice. They're like the American Canadians, if you will. So we packed all of our stuff, and we towed a little trailer with 3 kids and 2 dogs, and we took that 18-hour drive to Mankato, Minnesota from Brookshire, Texas. The drive was long. It was long, but you know, the kids made it. The dogs made it. They were actually pretty chill about it. Once we got settled into our comfy abode, I had to figure out like how my days would be planned out, considering that I would have to reestablish my phone repair business up here. And also another thing that's different is I had 3 kids now. So how would my days go about? I would always wake up before Teresa, because otherwise, you know, she'd sleep in. First things first, you got to get a coffee brew started, and that's like not up for debate. We have to have some coffee. Fun fact, she never drank coffee before she met me, but once we started seeing each other, now she's a coffee drinker. Breakfast is mandatory in our family. You got to get some fuel in your body to perform well. Whether it's eggs or toast or maybe a simple bowl of oats. After nourishing ourselves with breakfast, we have to get the kids ready and then take Teresa to work. Teresa has always been a passenger princess, so of course I have to take her to work. Once I drop her off and the kids say their goodbyes and farewells, I have to keep busy throughout the day. Even though I am a dad who stays at home with the kids, that doesn't mean that I get to just lounge around and twiddling my thumbs all day. Chores are plenty. I mean, you got dirty dishes, dirty laundry, dirty sheets. It's a never-ending cycle. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of stay-at-home parents relate to that. Instead of looking at them like burdens and things to do, I just kind of look at it like this. Well, you know, thank God that there's dirty dishes to clean, because that means that there's an abundance of food in our household. You know, thank God that there's dirty clothes in the hamper, because that means that we have an abundance of clothes on our backs. And also you got to thank God that your house is dirty when you have children, because that means that they're healthy, that they are energetic, they're playful, and they're able to live out their childhood to make this mess. You got to look at it like that. It's all about perspective. I'm a man without patience, and one thing that my children have taught me is patience and gratitude. A lot of people don't see it that way, but it's very important that you do, because trust me, all those chores that you have that you wish you didn't have to do, there's some parents out there that wish that they had that. Getting kids to eat is very difficult. We try not to force feed them, but you gotta make sure that they eat all their food so that they're able to, you know, be well nourished, because I don't want my kids to go hungry. One thing that I've prioritized throughout my time here is exercise. It's very important for the human body to get exercise, and it's very nice to get an hour away from the kids while you go work out and you go lift your weights. So we go to the YMCA because it's more kid friendly. There's more space for them to run, for them to play. They have a lot of activities for the kids to do. It gives the parents a very good peace of mind rather than going to your typical commercial gyms. So I try to dedicate about 45 minutes to a little bit over 1 hour worth of workouts. I try my best to get the most out of my workouts, because it's a nice time to meditate, it's a nice time to reflect, and you know, you get a quick breather from the kids, because you can get overwhelmed sometimes. And it's very important for fathers to be strong. I'm a huge advocate of that. After the gym, we try to go home and eat a quick dinner. Most of the time we don't get the time to do that, because then we have to pick up Teresa from work. Even better, we get to eat as a family. That's pretty much how my day goes. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing luxurious, definitely a different purpose for me. I used to think that as a man, my destiny, my fate is to be the foundation of my family. Sometimes things change and you have to look at things from like an open perspective. I never thought I would be a stay-at-home dad. The term is still kind of taboo and shaky for me, but it is what it is. That's what I am, a stay-at-home dad. This shit ain't easy. It's definitely difficult, but you have to take it one day at a time. I guess I'd like to end this video with just a little thought for the men out there, is if you have the opportunity to spend time with your kids and take care of them and raise them, then take it. Be open-minded and consider different angles, different perspectives in life. I definitely didn't expect to be in this privileged position, because it is a privilege after all, to be able to travel with your wife and see new places, experience new scenes, have life experiences with different people. It's a crazy trip. And that's what life is about, man. I'm very happy and very blessed to be in this position. Teresa is very happy and very blessed to be in this position. She loves to travel more than I do. Would I do it again? If I could, hell yeah, I definitely would do it again. Hopefully, I get to experience more different places. All in all, my advice would be spend as much time as you can with your family, because at the end of the day, any man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man. And that's true. Only real ones know where that quote came from. So yeah, thanks for watching my video. I do appreciate y'all actually sitting through and looking through my life. I appreciate y'all sitting and watching the whole video. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. I'm still trying to find a niche. I'm trying to find what to vlog and what to document. And hopefully I see you in the next one. And with that, I say good luck on your endeavors, and may peace be with you.